Welcome everybody to ABC Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I am Nina, not the weird one.
I'm the weird one.
Yes.
Okay, so we're looking at part 2 of handling rejection. Now remember that you handled a lot of rejection when you were doing your YouTube videos.
Yes, I had to interview people. But what about you, Shane? Have you experienced
my whole life
rejection?
It's just like rejection after rejection.
Really?
Yeah, getting rejected by girls growing up. I think as a boy, you know, your girls reject boys a lot.
True.
Boys, you know, are like, hi, you know, and then they're like,
no.
Get away from me. You're like, okay, sorry. So besides girls and being rejected by girls, I worked as a door-to-door salesperson.
Oh.
And when you're doing door-to-door sales, that means you just knocking on a stranger's door and you're trying to sell them something.
Yeah.
So I was selling newspaper subscriptions. So basically, if they signed up with me, they would get the newspaper delivered to their home every day.
And they pay you every month, right?
Yeah, they will pay monthly. They could pay yearly, and then I would get some money from whatever they subscribed, right?
Okay.
But it was very rare, like most nights, I got nothing but rejection. I would get no sales.
That must be very hard.
And people will just shut the door in your face. People pushed me, almost fought with me. There was a lot of rejection.
Oh.
But it was a growing experience.
And when they didn't reject you, it must have felt very good.
Wonderful, yes. Okay, let's get into part 2.
Okay.
If the rejection is from the former, just brush it off. It doesn't make sense to let it bother you. If it's from the latter, you'll need to dig some more. Did the person actually reject you? If not, that means you expected to be treated differently.
Hello, everybody, and we are now looking at handling rejection part 2. So if you remember in part 1, we're talking about rejection.
Yes.
We are social beings. We want people to want us.
Yes.
We want to be around people, and when people reject us and we feel rejection,
we feel sad.
We feel really sad. Yeah. But you know, sometimes you need to step back a little bit and figure out, well, is this rejection? Like, is it from somebody that we hardly know at all? Or is it from somebody who we really care about or somebody that's close to us? And finally, you know, does it really matter?
Yeah.
Right?
So you have to think about these things.
Right? Okay, so let's jump into the next part.
Continuing. If the rejection is from the former, just brush it off.
Okay.
So the former means the one before. And the one before was when you barely know the person.
Right.
Right? Okay, then you just brush it off. So when you brush something off, it means to ignore something that's not very important. So like, well, no big deal.
Yeah, so you to literally brush something off would be like that, you know?
Yeah,
There's
like
something
if you have
on
some hair.
But here we just mean it a little bit like not the literal way. We just mean you just let it go.
Yeah.
Brush it off.
So for example, even though she was sad, she tried to brush off the mean words that Shane said to her.
Whoa, Shane would never do something like that. Shane is such a nice fella. Continuing. It doesn't make sense to let it bother you. If it's from the latter, you'll need to dig some more.
You'll need to dig some more. First, if it's from the latter, which is someone that you actually care about.
Somebody that's important to you, right?
Yeah. So you'll need to dig some more. So dig So dig is when you use a shovel to move dirt and make a hole, usually.
That's what we mean to dig, literally, right?
But in this case, when you're digging is when you're trying to find out more information. Yes. So for example, let's dig a little deeper and find out why Shane is so mean to me.
Oh. Well, we don't need to dig very deep. It's because you are not very likable.
Aw, that's mean.
Just a joke.
Okay.
Shane likes to joke. We have another vocabulary word, bother. So to bother, that's a verb. It means to annoy, worry, or upset someone. So for example, Nina, it really bothers me when you ignore me.
Okay, I will work on it and try not to ignore you anymore.
Please pay attention to me.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so continuing. Did the person actually reject you? If not, that means you expected to be treated differently. Okay, so maybe the person didn't reject you, but they gave you a response that you didn't expect.
Right. So here we say actually, we just it means like really. Did they really reject you? But no, maybe you just expected a different
response
or reaction. Yeah. So differently, so to be treated differently, differently is an adverb. It means in a different way from something, or it could be in a different way from somebody. So for example, Jocelyn didn't like being treated differently. Nobody likes to be treated differently.
Well, depends if it's differently in a good
way.
way
Or in a bad way. That's true.
Yeah.
Right. But a lot of times, if it's in a negative way, then we don't want to be treated differently. We want the same treatment as other people get.
Exactly. So if you're nice to someone else, you better be nice to me too.
That's right. So I think this is probably a good place to take a break.
All right. See you later.
Okay.
Also, if what you were expecting wasn't within reason, you'll have to do some soul searching. However, if the rejection was real, then the person wanted something that you couldn't give them. So move on and be with people who already accept you.
Okay, so with rejection, we have to think about a couple of things. First of all, like, was it from someone that you barely know? And if that's the case, then you should just brush it off.
No big deal.
If it is from somebody that you really care about, then maybe you really need to dig a little bit deeper, kind of look into this and find out, like, is this really rejection?
Yeah, or maybe you just didn't expect the response or...
Right, exactly. So continuing the reading.
Also, if what you were expecting wasn't within reason, you'll have to do some soul searching. Okay, so it depends on what you expected, but also maybe what you were expecting wasn't really reasonable.
Right, so when we're talking about expectations, right? Like, you really need to think about, am I being rejected, or is what I'm asking for actually just too much?
Yeah.
You know, like if you say, hey, you know, I need you to take care of my cats, and you need to live at my house and stay there for 1 week when me and my wife go on vacation, and you say, oh, you know,
sorry,
no,
I
can't do that. Is that rejection, or am I being unreasonable? Right?
Okay, so you have to think about it and maybe do some soul searching.
So what is the soul? The soul. What is the
complicated.
soul in a person? Basically, it's like the spiritual part of a person. Like, we believe that we are physical, like a body.
Something you can touch.
But inside we have a spirit, right? And it's believed that this soul can go even after you die, your soul continues to live on. So an example sentence, they believed that the ghosts were souls of dead people. Right? So basically that's what a soul is after you pass away. The soul is that part of you that's not part of your body.
Yeah, but so when they say you have to do some soul searching, what does it actually mean?
When we think about a soul, we kind of think that's very, very, very deep inside of you. So soul searching means to look deep inside yourself. Really question yourself and consider, am I really being reasonable? Is what I expected a reasonable thing, or maybe I want too much?
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
All right, continuing the reading. However, if the rejection was real, then the person wanted something that you couldn't give them.
So, move on and be with people who already accept you. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, if we're talking about just rejection from people, because rejection could be when you ask somebody for something.
Yeah.
Maybe to do something for you. That's one kind of rejection.
Yes.
But also rejection could be people don't want to be around you, or maybe they don't accept you.
Yeah, so accept means when you say yes to something someone gives you or offers you, right? So if someone accepts you, that means they say, yes, maybe I allow you into my life, or yes, I will be with you. So for example, I will accept your invitation to go to the park with you.
Oh, really? I didn't invite you to the park.
It wasn't your invitation.
Oh, somebody else invited you to the park.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, if you are rejected, are you the type of person who is going to really let it affect you? Do you take rejection well?
Well, I'm not used to rejection. I usually get what I want, but I think like in the article, if I get rejected by someone I barely know, then it doesn't really bother me. But if it's from someone that I care about, I would want to know why and maybe have a conversation.
Makes sense. I'm the type of person that if I get rejected, I don't take things very personally.
Yeah.
So I usually think it's not because they don't accept me or like me or something. There's just some other reason that's complicated.
Yeah.
It can't be because I'm not good enough, because I'm awesome. So if you reject me, there's something wrong with you, not with me.
That's a great attitude to have, and I think everyone should learn from Shane. Okay, maybe not that much.
Okay, that's all the time we have for today, and hopefully you experience no rejection in your life.
All right. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
If the rejection is from the former, just brush it off. It doesn't make sense to let it bother you. If it's from the latter, you'll need to dig some more. Did the person actually reject you? If not, that means you expected to be treated differently. Also, if what you were expecting wasn't within reason, you'll have to do some soul searching. However, if the rejection was real, then the person wanted something that you couldn't give them. So, move on and be with people who already accept you.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 bother 动词困扰。I didn't want to bother my mom while she was busy working. 我不想在妈妈忙于工作时打扰她。下一个单字 dig 动词搜寻寻找。它的三态是 dig, dug. I dug around the drawer for the missing pen. 我在抽屉里寻找遗失的笔。下一个单字 soul Soul 名词，心灵、灵魂。Soul searching 指的是自我反省、内省。I believe that music has the power to touch the soul. 我相信音乐有触动灵魂的力量。最后一个单字 accept 动词接纳。Ian finally accepted the invitation to the party. Ian 终于接受了派对的邀请。Invitation 指的是邀请。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 brush something off 不理睬某事物，这是一个可以分开的动词片语。Off 可以用 aside 来替换使用。我们来看看这个例句。Henry tried to help her, but she just brushed it off. Henry 试图帮助他，但他却置之不理。下一个文法 It makes sense to 加动词，做某事合理。It 是一个虚主词 ，make sense 指的是合理，是一个固定用法。Sense 在这里是一个不可数名词，意思是道理。我们来看看这个例句。It makes sense to plan ahead for the trip. 提前计划旅行是合理的。Ahead 指的是提前的。最后一个文法 Within reason 合理范围内，合情合理。Reason 在这里是一个不可数名词，意思是合理性、适切性。我们来看看这个例句。We can make changes to the plan within reason. 在合理范围内，我们可以对计划进行调整。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Hey, it's Kiwi on the street. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie. Say, Kiki, you know, in English, we actually have a lot of phrases that we use that were from a long time ago.
That's right. And sometimes these phrases, they kind of seem like they don't really make sense, but actually they're quite meaningful. So today we are going to learn some new phrases.
All right, let's work on some phrases. I've got 2 phrases. Which one is the correct one?
发现有机会可乘，趁人之危。
趁人之危。
趁人之危。
Taste blood. Oh man, I don't know.
When you're really angry.
Maybe smell blood? I don't know. Smell blood.
Smell blood. So I guess taste blood.
Smell blood.
Smell blood. Okay, she got that quick, but is she correct? Ding, ding, ding. She's correct. Smell blood. Okay. Then we have
表现出色，高分过关。
so pass with flying colors or pass with flying flags.
Pass with flying flags. Pass with flying colors.
Pass with flying colors.
Pass with flying flags.
先为先。
不知道。第二个。
This one, flags. And let's see if you are correct. And
Good guess.
Pass
Thanks.
with flying colors. All right, what did we learn today? We learned some new phrases today, so let's take a look at them. The first one is smell blood. And this is when somebody recognizes that they have an advantage over someone else that may be weaker or more vulnerable than them. This phrase also implies that this weakness in the opponent will allow someone to gain a victory. Okay, the next one is pass with flying colors. This means to achieve something with great success. The term comes from nautical terms. And in the old days, the flags on the ships were called colors. So when a ship returned to its harbor, all the flags would be flying. That meant that they were successful in their journey. But if a ship returned with all the flags taken down, it means they didn't achieve what they set out to do. That's all the phrases we have today. Kiwi later.